And we're recording. Hello, everyone. It is Monday, June 3rd, and I'm super excited about our call today. Go unmute if you aren't already. It's not easy for me to do it from the phone, I don't think. So thank you so much for being on today. I wanted to update you on a few things. So I know y'all had a lot of fun with that quick promo there. That was an amazing sale that we just had with the 15 mLs of Valor and Peace and Calming. Again, if you're not on mute, I don't even know how to mute everyone here. Mute audio. Okay, I think I got it now. Mute audio. Okay, is that better, guys? Okay, there was a lot of interference. And then the other promo with the Father's Day thing is really super exciting too. So yay. And that's all done because the Valor and the Peace and Calming is out of stock. And last month was an awesome month. I don't know if you are feeling the energy shift, maybe in assistance from these calls. I don't know. I really do want to hear from you. And after last week's call and the past calls that we've had, if that is shifting any energy for you. We talked about a lot about energy last week, and that everything starts from your energy. So hopefully that's been super helpful. So before I move on, I want to hear from some of you who've been on a few of the calls, maybe Kirsten or Donna, on your thought. I know Donna looks like she's driving, so not Donna, but Kirsten, if you want to pipe up and kind of let me know how you look energetically different than you did last week. So I'm thinking that was helpful. Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm unmuting myself. Definitely. I actually, I shared, because I wrote down, they look very jumbled, but I wrote down the quotes that you gave us last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a lot of time talking. I have a mastermind group with some of my, we are, not related people. And we all kind of really got into, especially the one that your energy is everything, your thought begins it, your actions increase the momentum, and your emotions amplify it. I know it's backwards, but I was like writing fast.
Yes.
But I just think that for me personally, I think I was doing a lot of I should be doing this. I should be doing this. And I wasn't thinking about how all those shoulds are making my energy so wrong, and that I wasn't doing everything that I love. And because I love this stuff, I love doing these things. And I definitely had it in a should. And so, we were talking about your momentum, like where's your momentum coming from? And I was one of the people on the call who was feeling like, yeah, my momentum's not really there. And I feel like it makes sense because my energy was starting with something wrong. So it makes sense that energy, that I wasn't seeing the momentum on my team because I was starting with something that wasn't giving it the right direction. So yeah, I loved last week's call. I thought it was so fun. All of these calls have been really great. I'm super yellow, so I love seeing all these faces of people that are my oily people. So yeah, this has really helped me.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And I definitely see a different feel from you today. So thank you for sharing that. Anyone else want to share anything from last week's call? I think only Kay, you were on. I think some of you folks were not on last week.
I was listening. I couldn't see last week. So this whole energy thing, if you had asked me about this 2 years ago, what you were talking about, I don't think I would have understood what you were talking about. And now I'm seeing it and feeling it. And I truly am in one of my, for lack of a better word, I am in my badass ninja mode right now. I have really great clarity. And I was listening to NPR. I was going to an event yesterday, and I was listening to this scientist on NPR. And he was talking about when we are in fight or flight mode and our stress is maxed out, we are making decisions from our amygdala, from our primitive reptilian brain. Mm-hmm. Meaning we are making decisions like a caveman. When you drive down the stress and the anxiety with the oils, you're able to get into your critical thinking brain and use, all that money I poured into, all those student loans into my brain, right? So, but when you're stressed, you're getting your caveman brain. And I feel like I'm clear. I'm making good decisions. I'm making very different decisions. um, and the manifestation, like the synergies, the weird things that are happening. I went out and I enrolled 4 builders in a hair salon, and they did an OGV of $1,000 in their launch, right? Like, and my new oil has been Dreamcatcher, and I almost feel like, and I know that that wasn't the intent of the oil, but you know, there's something about putting Dreamcatcher on you during the day that reminds you about you're living your dreams. It's not just what, it's not just what you're laying in bed thinking about at night. Get out and do them. So it has been, I've had 4 solidly good days, and that sale right now is just amazing. Not so much from a OGB piece, but what a way to say thank you to our customers with something that generous.
Super generous. Super. I mean, I
Unbelievable.
couldn't even believe it when I saw it.
Yeah, crazy. So, so the energy thing makes all the difference. What you're thinking, what you're manifesting, what you're putting out there, and you don't ever want to get stuck in the thinking too long, right? You got to get moving. So know when it's your thinking season, and knowing when it's your doing. And summertime for me is doing. All my level ups have come in the warm months. So I made a promise to myself to go to convention as a gold. And that's a heck of a stretch, but I'm pushing it. I'm going to do it.
That's awesome, Kay. I love that you're putting that out there. And I mean, a few years ago, I wouldn't have thought of this either. I think when you're in total, just survival mode, it's really hard to kind of see outside of what your own, I mean, just getting sleep, right? Like, I mean, if you,
Right.
I mean, like if you're just like needing sleep, and nutrients, like you're not going to see some, good idea or some emotional boundary that needs to happen or something like that.
Yes.
So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. So we've got all this great energy now. We're excited again. And you can listen to the replay from last week if you want. Probably should, but again, the shoulds, don't do the shoulds. Right? If it's ever like bring up that word, like I should be doing this, then you probably know you shouldn't be doing that, because it really needs to be what you want. And I just want to reiterate, because I think I see some new faces on here that have never been on one of these calls. So I'm just curious. I want to go around and kind of like honor that and reset a little bit. Kind of just dove in because I was seeing some familiar faces, but as I'm scrolling through, I'm seeing some not so familiar faces. Just a reminder, this call is for you, not your team, not the person you think needs the call, but for you. Okay, so this is about your growth, your motivation, whatever you want it to be. And there are replays from them, but again, like very much focus on what you are going to get from this and not anyone else. So it's like a place where you can be a bit selfish. And, I think where a lot of confusion came in for me many years ago was like, in order to be a good leader, you got to be a servant, you got to help everybody. And so there's a lot of those kind of feelings that come up when you start to have, a good sizable team of like, how am I serving all these people? And as there are more and more people, how do I scale to serve all those people? How do I help all those people? I'm getting so many questions now. I'm getting all this now. I'm getting kind of like stripped bare, my time, my energy, everything, because of all these people, right? And so what I wanted to talk about today is letting go. Okay, letting go, being a bit selfish. I don't even want to use that word, but I'm going to use it just to like make my point super clear. Okay. I want to be like super clear where there's no like ambiguity about what I'm saying. You need to have good energy. And how are we going to have that? With healthy boundaries. Okay. Healthy boundaries. And this is just like psychology 101, right? The best way to love is to give, right? So we want to give a lot. And really, if you want, people to respond to you and love you back, then you gotta put that love out there. However, there is a way to do it that protects you from, just being dragged down or maybe being abused. Okay. And I don't mean like bad abuse, but I just mean like you are not expected to be somebody's coach, somebody's psychotherapist, somebody's motivation, or somebody's like,
Hold on.
sorry, I get distracted because I need the muting. Somebody's motivation, somebody's reason for doing this. You don't need to be any of those things. And you also don't need to be customer service. Okay. Like your role is to market as best you can. Your role is to tell your stories. Your role is to tell your testimonies. Your role is to share the things you like, right? We talked about that a lot in the past weeks. Like you don't need to share everything. There's a 600 products. You don't have to share them all. Share the ones you use, and you don't need to like host a lot of classes with a bunch of products you don't use. Like everybody wants to hear what you are doing. Okay. But you don't have to ship product. You don't have to customer service product. You don't have to do any of those things. There's some level of that stuff we have to do, but if you're doing a lot of it, then you're going to start to get like, again, like, should I be doing this? I should be doing that more. These people are going to get upset or whatever. And then it, as Kirsten said, it's going to drag your energy down. And that's not what you want. You want to stay in a place of where you fit, where your motivation is, what you enjoy doing. And for every one of us, that's going to be different stuff. Right. And so all those things out there, everybody telling you like what you should be doing or not, that is not of your concern. What do you want to be doing that is going to create results for you? You have unique opportunities that are unique to you. And so there are two places really that you have to let go. First are the people that just aren't really in this. If you find that you're having to badger someone or contact them all the time, or really be the instigator for all the conversations or dragging them to events or whatever, then they're probably not as excited as you are in this, right? They're just probably not. And that is no fault of yours. It's nothing personal, but it just is really like, it's okay. And you need to know that not everybody is going to be in this, right? And it is just nothing against you. And so all you can do is stay in your good energy and just do your thing, your own unique way. And then like some people will and some people won't. So it's letting go. Okay. And letting go of being the kind of person that is answering all the questions and doing all the things. So with that being said, I want to talk about those unique opportunities. So for someone who maybe hasn't been on one of these calls before, I call on people and you do kind of have to talk. It's not just me talking. So I want to know from you, someone raise your hand and speak up first, of what you're doing right now that is working for you. And if you're someone who's listening to this person and it sounds like something that would be interesting for you, great. If it doesn't, then just honor that person and what they're doing and then move on. Okay. All right, Laura.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How are you? I'm on my computer, so hopefully you can hear me well.
Yes, we can.
So at this moment, I'm in Mexico. Almost all my organization is based on Mexico. So what I'm doing, I'm traveling to 3 cities, and I'm doing make and takes and classes. Because one of the things is that the people that enroll doesn't do the follow-up. So a lot of members are in zero PVs.
Yes.
So I'm trying to do some less classes and make and takes and see how this helped me at the end of the month.
Okay. And are you getting a good response so far to
So
these
far,
people attending?
One of the classes is there are going to be a lot of like 70 people attending to the class, members and non-members. So I'm very excited about that. It's my first big event, you know. I'm kind of nervous.
How many people did you say?
70.
70? That's amazing.
So let's see. Yes. So yeah, hopefully at the end of the month it will be. I will, because I've been on silver for this year with the same OGB month every month. So hopefully I can see like trying to be, I don't know, trying to approach to the gold.
Yes.
I know it's going to take time, but at least I'm happy because I'm doing this at this moment.
So what are you going to do at this event to help people to see how, they could grow this too?
So probably it's kind of crazy, but since it's a mix between members and non-members, during the 2 hours, I need to talk about the benefits of the essential oils. But at the same time, I want to do like a roller so everybody can, put their hands mixing oils and coconut oil, I don't know, and see how they can use them like in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do like a make and take for 70 people, but at the same time, I don't know, probably it's kind of crazy, but I'm doing that. And since it's going to be Father's Day, I'm going to do a roller for that, like only Panaway, Copaiba, and that's all.
Panaway, all right, for 70 people. You're going all in.
I don't know, it's going to be crazy, but let's see.
Well, I know you are really good at planning and that this is right in your wheelhouse, right?
Yes.
You like planning big events. So that's probably why you have a lot of people coming to this event, because you're really good at that.
I hope I can share you photos in 3 more weeks.
Well, I think it's going to be amazing. And I know that you have such a heart to help all of them to feel a big part of that community. And I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
And, you'll keep it going and have fun. And I know you have amazing tips from Susana as well to help you with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else? If I had to make and take for 70 people, unless I had you helping me, Laura, I would be super scared. But I do think it's doable. I've made challah in a room with like 100 people. So we all had our own individual bowls and flour and eggs and water, and it was all, so it you can do anything. I mean, mixing up a roller for 70 shouldn't be that difficult. It'll be good. All right, who else?
I'll go. I've been reaching out to a lot of my team members, and we're getting together to have like great big oily classes ourselves, and really just kind of getting like 30 or 40 people together to do short make and takes like that too, locally. And we're filming them and sending them out to our other team members who aren't, local to us. And we're also taking a lot of things off of social media and creating like a lot of sway links and using Project Broadcast to send them out to my entire team, and all different themed classes. And also to a lot of, we're doing like a lot of like one-on-one classes with the kit, just different themes. And it's been working pretty good. Everybody's really getting excited about it. So I'm seeing a lot of movement, which is good. And what I've been doing lately is just really saying no to everything that doesn't serve me. And I am finally, after 3 years in my business, starting to work within my own strengths. And I realized that energy for me was huge, was worrying about like what I should be doing, and what I shouldn't be doing more so, and kind of like doing what I want to do and really kind of developing my own strengths and my own skills in this, because that's what worked for me in the beginning. The first 6 months I started my business, that's what worked for me, and I got away from it. And I started doing other things what other people wanted me to do. And now I'm saying no, and I'm going back to my true self. So, and it's working. I'm so excited about it.
Shocking, it's working.
Yes, I'm so excited. So excited. Yep.
And
yeah.
we have some new Silver's on the call, and I love, it's like, in a way I don't want him to hear this, and then in a way I do, because it's like, why would we turn away from what excited us in the beginning, right? Like, why do you think that happened?
I think it was more following other people's strengths and comparing myself a lot to other people's strengths, and really trying to do what they're doing, thinking that it worked for them instead of doing what really works for me. Trying to follow suit and copy other people, and comparing myself. So I've stopped comparing myself and started just working with what I want to do with it, and really kind of making it my own, and letting other people kind of develop their own, instead of trying to control what everybody else is doing too, because we attract the people who we are. So yeah.
Right.
And it's working. It's working. So yeah, huge changes and flips. So I'm really excited. I'm excited for growth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm seeing lots of chatter, but I'm not able to look at the chat very well. Who else wants to pipe up?
Hey, I'll go.
Okay. Hey, Victoria.
Hey, I'm at the pool, so sorry. I don't think it's too loud out here, though. But I really wanted to reiterate that I've had the same thing. And the comparison is so sneaky, because it's not like you're necessarily trying to say, oh, that's better, but you're like, well, that's working for them. Let me try that out. And you just get so stuck in that. So I had to look back to when I didn't even watch anybody else, and just did what was super fun. And so I love community and just getting together with people, asking them what's going to serve them. And so we've just come up with, me and a friend of mine who started doing this all together, are doing monthly, get-togethers where it's called Gather Oil and Create. So it's at either one of our houses. We have just a little bit of refreshment. We always have the 101 set up because it's open to members and non-members. And then we do something creative with each one, and then focus like a way to use the oils beyond the kit, with whatever that is. So like this month it's self-care. And so we're going to talk about ways to focus on self-care even beyond the oils, but then specific oils you could use. And then non-oily people can, look at the 101 and check all that out as well. But it's been focused on, like, we've done a painting, we've done where we've made bracelets, diffuser bracelets. We did the diffuser succulent, just whatever it is that people have fun and they want to do, but it's all on the same basis of just getting together and having fun and building community. So that's been a lot of fun. And I can authentically invite to that. I can say, please, I want you here. This is going to be fun. Like, this is what I want. And then the inviting, which is where, the forework where you have to do, the work to get people there, but it's authentic. It's real. It's like, I'm excited about this and I want you to be excited and join us. So
I love what you're saying, because that is, how can you invite someone to something that you feel is like boring?
Yes.
Or you've done it for like the 100th time. And I just always remember early on in this business, somebody saying to me like, oh, you just have to do the same, 101 class over and over and over again. And I never do anything over and over and over again, and it's just like, you always have to, you guys always see, I post things different ways, I word things different ways, and it's all just based on my energy. And so I think, how can I authentically promote something that I feel like isn't something of value? And or maybe it might be, but it's like, I'm not feeling it, right? And so you have to have that energy behind it, or people are just going to see right through it. They're not going to be like, they're going to be like, well, why should I go to that? It feels very wah. Right?
Yes. And that's what you said was so key, because I had to understand that about myself. I don't do anything. I don't clean my house the same way. I don't follow those lists. I don't do any of that. I don't do anything the same way. And so why not carry that over to my business? That's what brings me excitement, to change up things. So, let's bring that excitement. So that's super fun.
And I think this is where, if you've ever listened to any of, like, I don't want to say like older, but I mean, I feel like our world, our economy, this industry, any industry, marketing wise, is constantly changing. Every month something changes, right? And so I think a lot of the older videos, like say you need this, like with network marketing, like if you watch any of them, like I don't know, I'm talking about like Eric Worre videos or whatever, like they talk about you have to have this system and whatever. And, this has to be really simple for everyone and whatever. But I think what I'm hearing so much now is that people want their own individual spin. They want to put their own individuality on it. And I mean, I can't imagine why an entrepreneur would want to be squeezed into a system, And so I just think it's like, it should just be easy and it's easy because it's authentic and because it's what people connect with and it's what's motivating them. I mean, if you want more people to share, then yeah, you could make it super simple to share, but you shouldn't, tell them exactly what to do, because I think you see people bubble up when you're doing these fun different things. Has anyone seen like a new person sharing bubbling up where you haven't told them what to do at all and they're like figuring it out on their own?
Yes. And that's what they feel, that freedom to make it their own. And I don't think that you can, and that's what's clicking when I'm on these calls with you. It's like you may tell them with your words that they can do their own thing and figure it out on their own and that they have that capability. But if you're not showing them that, if you're coming right behind it and saying, but this is the system that I use, then it kind of erases all that. And so when we, there are basic principles to our business, obviously, that they need to know, but beyond that, how you do it, I mean, they can do that. I did, I figured it out. And then it's when I stopped figuring it out and following other people that it kind of got lost, the I shoulds, just what you're saying. I love that put a name to that I should, well, maybe I should do it this way, maybe I should. And it's not bad to get other ideas. I know it's hard to balance that, but at the same time, all those I shoulds kind of bogged me down a little bit. So
we need that individual imprint. So I'm glad that you were able to figure that out. And it's a constant process, I'm sure. I'm quite sure. And, I know that, different personalities process what we're talking about differently. And so I'm just going to put it in plain terms for each type as best as I can. And you tell me if you're that type and if what I'm saying resonates with you. Okay. So the blues need to do it differently all the time and have a really hard time with anyone telling them what to do. And so, but they also don't know what to do and sometimes can look like they're just clueless. But they really just need that time and space, and they really just need community space to hang out. As long as they're you just love on them and are like, hey, this is gonna be fun, then they're like, cool, I'm in, right? Right. But if you're like, you have to do 10 classes a month and help me with this one and plan it, they're gonna be like, I'm out. This sounds sucky and I don't want to be a part of it. Am I right, Blues?
yes.
Yes. All right. And then, okay, the yellows are well, I know that I should be doing it like everybody else and I'm going to compare to everyone. And am I forgetting anyone? And I want to help everybody. And I feel like I'm not helping everyone. And there's all these zeros and oh my God, it's like a mountain of zeros and I'm horrible. So, we need to know that the yellows can help, but we also want them to help in a way that is really fulfilling and not feeling like they're bleeding dry. Does that resonate with yellows? Yes. I don't see, I can't see what you're saying. Yes. Okay. Kirsten's saying yes. I have to scroll over to find my yellows. Okay. And then we were talking about some of the greens the other day and I hate to be super general. I really like the Enneagram, but I'm just going to be general on this. Greens, you tell me. I think you want to know how to do it. And so you're going to Greens will ask you the questions, but I think it's really good to answer with questions. I mean, that is what's going to help you the most with Greens, I think, is answering with questions, asking them, well, what do you think would be the next step? Or what do you think you should do? Right. And, what are you planning to do? And, that kind of stuff. So you can just see what their thought process is and kind of bring out their thoughts. Because I think Greens are really great interviewers. And I think you have to become a really good interviewer with them, with any type, really, with anybody. It's better to ask questions because you think they want to know the answer, but what they want is for you to listen to their answer. Am I right? Yeah. Reds, I don't know what to say about you, Reds. No, I'm just kidding. I really loved what Aaron Rodgers said on the Zoom the other night. Were you guys on the Summer Hustle Zoom? Did you hear what she said? If you haven't watched the replay, and you got to listen to it. It was all about vision and everything, but it was really great because Aaron closed it out and she just has no clue about vision, and it was just really funny. It was awesome. So, but I really, really loved what she said about, rather than challenging everyone to, just shine, like be the awesome rock star that you are, lovely little red, big red, and just be like awesome. Just be awesome. Like I love that quote. What's that quote about dimming your lights? Like a really long quote. I could never read it all on this call unless I was on my computer and I could bring it up on my phone. But like, I just feel like there is so much power in the red, and you just have to be it. You cannot dim your light. If you start to dim your light, then this business will suck for you. Suck. Okay. You just have to be awesome. And then just like the other people will figure out how to be awesome too. And it's all good. It's all good. So instead of challenging everyone to be like you and then feeling sorely disappointed when they're not, just be you and stop challenging them and just like inspire them by with what you do. Because, you set the bar high. You set the bar high, and people will want to reach it, as long as you don't challenge them too much to do that like all the time. Because again, that comes down to then they're going to think, well, I should be doing this, or I should be like her, or whatever. And you want everyone to feel like they can do it too. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but getting a little bit off track. So with that all being said, I want to hear from someone else. What's changed? Where is your energy now? And you know what? Like last week, there was some vulnerable moments. There were tears. Like if you're new to this call, like don't worry, it's all good. If your energy is not like what everyone's saying, that was like 1 week change for some of those people.
I would love to share.
Yes.
So I built my business backwards. I went after the cold market first because I would rather do the dress rehearse in front of strangers and take less offense to the objections than personalize it with family, right? So now I'm in family building time. And those are tough waters, right? Because you don't have the same patience as when it's with a stranger or you're building and you're asking questions. When you ask family and they give you the answer, it's all you can do to keep a straight face and not go, oh, right? It's just different with family. It's how it is. So, but I've accepted, and who do you want to help more so than the people you really love? They may drive you crazy. So I have been doing a lot of family building lately, and that takes the fun out of this for me quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. So I can't, it really does, but I'm going to do it because I'm stubborn. But this is how I put the fun back in it. So my daughter and I started doing Gratitude together, where we would pick 25 people, whether they're on our team or friends or members of our team, and we'd send out a small something. We broke down and we got a Cricut machine, and we bought it online, used, right? $50, nothing big. Anybody can do this. We learned how to cut diffuser earrings. In the last, I'd say 2 weeks, we've probably given out 300 pairs with our business card in them, and we carry at all times only 2 oils, because any more than 2 oils and all hell breaks loose. But they're always starter kit oils, and we go, would you like to try this oil or this oil? Put them on the earrings, and we're like, oh, put them on. We have met so many people, are increasing the growth to the page, and we're having fun. And so it's growing that cold market, but going out and socializing and having fun and being able to gift on people. We went out for breakfast and we gave a pair to the waitress who looked like Eeyore. She was like, we're like, come over here and have some lemon. She ended up rounding up all of the other waitresses, the cooks, and then of course, anybody eating breakfast, every single person in the restaurant that was a female left with earrings. And
Wow.
my eggs were cold and yucky by the time I got back to them, but it was so much fun, and everyone in the restaurant was talking to each other, and it was like a girls' gang, right? It was just awesome. So did that result in the sale right there and then? No. But to have that experience with my daughter and to know that I impacted that huge group of women, and that place was dead, dull, and dying when we walked in. We like rocked the breakfast house. So
That's awesome.
now we've been going around and we can't pump the earrings out fast enough. And our goal is to just, I'm not interested in selling them. I'm not a diffuser earrings seller, right? I'm a joy maker. I'm selling my oils. I'm building my business. I'll give away 1,000 pairs of them if it makes a difference. And it's costing us like $1/4 to make a pair of earrings, right?
That is amazing.
So much fun. I need to keep this game fun.
Yes.
If this game isn't fun, I've already done the corporate world, the 9 to 5, the boss, the grumpy, cube mates, the whole 9 yards. This is fun. Yeah. And I got to keep finding ways to have fun, or I get bored.
Yes. Yes. Amen to that.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to try that sort of thing, I'll tell you, the joy you bring on people's faces with the smallest of gifts is just amazing.
Yeah. So I know that you're going to get a million messages about this, but help help how you can, but point people to videos that are not yours on how to do this.
Yes. Exactly.
Or else you're
Girl.
going to become
That's
the
why
person
you're
who
at the top.
teaches everyone how to make earrings.
Yeah. Yes. That's why you're the RCD. You've learned very well. You're right. I'm going to go Google a video on how to.
Here's the video, not me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
busy handing them out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny. That's awesome. Okay, I love that story. And I never would have thought to make diffuser earrings. Like, I have a Cricut, and I would thought you were, talking about something. You're talking about something completely different. But I forget it can cut anything. You know.
So you can get the sheets in vinyl or leather. Leather gets expensive, but you can buy the vinyl sheets for about $1 a piece. Each sheet makes about 8 to 10 pair of earrings. So do the math. I mean, that is a very inexpensive way to really gift something that people really, really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And what my hope is when the smell wears off, call me. I got more oils for you.
Exactly. Is that what you put on the card?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Little simple note of what a diffuser earring is and what it does, and then how to reach me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. And it just reminds me, I mean, in the very beginning when you're like, even now, like when I pack up, a goodie bag for someone or whatever, just those simple little touches, the bags and putting the stuff in it, but even just doing that with your daughter, I mean, that's just like, it's so fun to sit there and do that. And, it's like we think after a while that, oh, that wasn't fun, but it is fun in the beginning. And then you can move on to something else. Like you said, when you get bored of that, you'll do something else.
Mm-hmm. God knows what I'll be making in 6 months, but right now I'm all over the earrings.
Yes. Love it. Thank you, Kay.
Sure.
Anyone else? What's fun for you right now? What's challenging? What's awesome?
Okay, I'll go. But I'm way less fun after Kay's because Kay's was really fun. I want to live near her.
You're not comparing at all, so.
I know I'm not, but I do want to eat breakfast with you because that sounds like fun. Okay, so what I started doing again this month, which was like an energy shift back to something that I was excited about, that I loved, that was working well with my team, was I mentioned before that I did a mastermind group. And those mastermind people are now like my dear best friends. We like talk daily about oils. Mainly it's all oils, but we do have some days that are non. But anyways, what I liked doing is we started doing Zoom classes with each other's teams. So we would do a group class where they would invite their team, I would invite my team. And it was really fun just to have somebody else teaching other than me. My people are used to me. They've seen me enough. And same thing for her. They've seen her, like a few of my other people. And it's fun because when you're introduced as like more of an authority, not necessarily, but you're new. You're somebody different. And because I love, like, for example, my friend Karen, when I talk about her, I'm like, man, she's amazing. Like, you know, she has so much knowledge. This is going to be so great. Like, it made my team, like, now they like look at her the way I do with like, just like, you know, she's so great. And so her team does the same with me. And so we have decided to start doing those classes together again. And that really helped my OGV before, because we would do ones on supplements or, you know, just different things to help our OGV grow. So we're starting back with that again. And I just feel like the energy is in the correct place, as opposed to like, I should do this, this, or this. It's like, hey, let's do those again. Those were really fun. And that was really good. And so that's something different that we're doing again. But.
Awesome. Thank you. That is fun. And I think what you're hitting on is that excitement and that edification that happens. That should be happening, right? In all events, but it's coming from that energy. It's really hard to like be excited about somebody who's, you know, you hear from all the time, you know, but that if it's rare and if it's someone new, then you get that excitement and that energy, and it's really easy to edify like to the max, right? And we have to train ourselves to do that edification. I mean, and edification is what makes any event successful, right? We know that, but yet we're so focused on the event itself and the planning and the logistics and all the stuff that we forget that it's really about how you set the tone. Like you just said, this is the most amazing person ever. I'm so excited to hear her. And it just flows from that. Like everyone's like, oh my God, who is this person? Like they don't have any clue, you know, and they're just so excited because you're so excited. So anything you can do that brings that energy, that excitement, or, you know, you made this awesome earring. I mean, the fact that you made the earring, you didn't buy the earring, you know, like, okay, you made the earring. Like, I'm sure there was so much more energy behind it because you had to go buy that thing. You had to buy the vinyl. You had to figure out how to make that. And then you friggin' made it. Like, I can just imagine the feeling behind that. When you're handing that out, that is like, yeah, I made this. And I'm giving it to you. And I'm so super excited about it. I didn't buy it from China. I didn't buy it in bulk. Like I made that, you know, that's a different kind of energy. So all comes back to like what you're excited about, because that, if you're not excited about it, then no one else is going to be excited about it either. So why should I do it if it sounds boring, you know? Awesome. Love that, Kirsten. Who else? Questions? Maybe you're not in a good place energetically. It's okay to speak up.
Lindsay, I'll talk. This is Jennifer. Sorry, I'm more of a lurker sometimes because I feel self-conscious when I talk for a variety of reasons, and I'm gaining so much from this. So don't think that if you don't hear me, I'm not like not paying attention back here. But everybody is hitting on points that I've been struggling with personally. You know, we've been struggling with some personal stuff, some grief, you know, some aging parent issues and things that have just basically distracted me. And, you know, distraction is the worst, because then you start beating up on yourself because you should have, or something like that. And then the next thing you know, I mean, really, you're just circling the drain. So I've stopped comparing myself, and I have given myself more grace to say, you know what, it's okay. Get your ish together. And what I've been doing recently is just working on consistent daily action. Doesn't matter if it's one thing or 10 things, because it's so easy for my day to get away from me, or to me, you know, to basically wallow is probably the best way for it. And then some kind of an accountability, and some member of a group, and we do some, you know, an accountability check-in once a week. And it doesn't matter if I reached out, followed up, whatever, one person, then I've done something. Now that number's growing, but so it's killing the comparison and making consistent daily action a priority. What I am also doing and focusing on is connecting with some members. We've lost a couple leaders in an organization on my team it's not local to me. And so I've been checking in and working with them, and then we've been working on building community. So we've just scheduled, I've got some local leaders, and we're planning some local events. We're actually going tomorrow night to check a new venue. And some of our people think a little bit outside of the box, because, you know, not everybody, as I joke around, I say not everybody's in it for the full crunchy. So we're planning things like a wine pairing at a local place where we're going to check out, and I'm evaluating some space to do some theme classes. We're planning a bingo, a big, huge bingo event, and then some combo classes, because I want to have things that also I'm passionate about, which they're not Young Living related. It might be juicing, it might be fermenting, it might be
Yes.
dehydrating, and then adding in a green clean or an EO as like one of three things that you talk about. We're also we had a big Zoom meeting yesterday, me and a couple local leaders, and we're looking at community events. So doing a community like a book club to make new contacts and to meet new people. And then I met with someone yesterday who's interested in getting out of debt and paying down debt. And I'm like, hey, I've got this program that, I'm licensed to teach. I can just plug a DVD in, and, we can talk about how to, how you can attack war on debt and, get out of stuff. So there's another community event. So, anyway, that's just kind of what I've been doing. I'm a little bit out of the, I try to think outside the box. And the weirdo thing is if you want to talk about personality types, I'm green and I'm blue, and it's not a natural combo. And I feel like I'm going nuts in my head a lot of times. So it depends on what day I'm on as to which way I'm going to attack things, which is super frustrating for me. So I can't decide. I'm probably a blue that was groomed to be a green somewhere. But yeah, it's like you flip a coin and that's what happens that day. So, all right. And I'm a rambler, so that's the blue side of me. Okay.
Love it. Thank you. That was a lot of really great ideas. And
well, I had to write notes down, otherwise I go off on like a tangent and then we'd be here all day.
no, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And I can feel the energy behind that. It's good energy, and it's,
I feel like it's transmitted to my team, because we just the last week had like some roaring activity. We've got one builder that I traveled to another state with my enroller back in January and met with a group of leaders that came in from like 3 different states. I'm in North Carolina, and we went to Tennessee, and we had people from like, Arkansas and Alabama coming down. And
awesome.
So one of those girls has literally exploded, that I met with, and we supported and we answered all her questions, and she enrolled 7 people last month.
Woo!
Like 4 of them on Friday. It was like, whoa, where did this come from? So yeah, and sometimes it takes a little bit for the spark to catch, but it has just been insane.
That's awesome. So great to hear. So great to hear. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Nope. Well, I'm going to share one quick thing that I've been doing. What gives me energy in life. Again, you don't have to get energy from this, but it's where I focus, and it is on, my own place that I love to engage is on social media. That's where I enrolled the bulk of my people, and also some things I'm doing locally. So I do it all the ways, right? But I've been focusing for years on growing my Instagram, because I knew that was kind of the next place. Facebook, my Facebook page, I spent years growing, and like, it's, not a lot of engagement. But what I'm kind of going back to is what I did early on as a blogger, which I don't know why I got away from. It's like one of those things where it just got like, I just was always doing that, and then maybe it got boring. I don't know, right? Like, why do we stop doing certain things? But I started these giveaways. I think you guys saw last week and yesterday, and like, they're like a this or that giveaway, which I think is so fun. And actually, the way I've worded it, it helps me to get engagement on all of my posts, which is huge, because I really have a lot of followers on Instagram, but I wasn't getting a lot of engagement, mainly because I don't engage a lot there. That's not like my favorite place to be. Originally it wasn't. I'm starting to really enjoy it now, and get it now. But you need to have engagement. Like, you have to invest in that engagement, and that requires like chatting with people and responding, and not just clicking like, and like actually going and commenting on their posts. And what I needed to do that And I'd spent years kind of growing my Instagram, right? We think we have to follow other people to grow ours. And yeah, to some degree you do, but I ended up with like 4,000 people I was following. Well, like couldn't even see anything in my feed. Like I couldn't see like regular people that I was always wanting to look at. And so I've spent like the past couple of weeks actually unfollowing most of those people. I think I'm down to like 1,600 people I follow from 4,000. So like I've literally had to like sit there and like, I mean, it was clicking unfollow, 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 and seeing if I wanted to be following them or not, and kind of targeting some key people that I do want to engage with, that I see as someone that is very aligned with me, that I am getting some value from, that I feel like would be awesome for the oils. It's not like too big, but like, you know, just somebody who I've seen watching my stories. Like I'm starting to really like pay attention. So on social media, you have to pay attention. You can't just post and like expect something's going to happen. And like nothing's happening for me on Instagram right now. So like I have to be more methodical. I have to like really pay attention and figure out how to get the best results. So it doesn't matter how many followers you have if like you haven't engaged with them or like talked to them at all, right? So what I'm doing is starting to make a list of like, I don't know how many, like I'm just starting the list right now. And then I'm just copying and pasting their actual full Instagram link into an Evernote, because I use Evernote. You could use just your notes, whatever, wherever you Google Drive, wherever you put stuff. But I wanted the actual link so that literally every day I could just open that note and click on each person and go and like and comment on some of their posts and watch their stories and comment on their stories, and just like every day really engage with them. So I'm picking probably like 10 people that I'm going to engage with this month and just be visible. That's what I've always done on social media. And I always knew who my biggest like commenters were on social media. And I've just kind of gotten away from that. I haven't been paying it close attention. So I know that will serve me well. So that's what I am working on right now. Then I'm also setting up some classes locally, just like you all are, around some things that I love. So I am working with a yoga teacher who does sound bowl healing, which I never knew anything about, and I still don't. I'm just now starting to experience it with her, but my daughter is really loving it, and we're really loving doing meditation with her. And so it's just kind of like, this is really cool. And she really likes oils and has no issue like using them on us, or, you know, for the meditation in our house, whatever classes we're doing. So we're going to do some joint classes together. And she has like this really awesome way of like never paying for a venue. I was like shocked to hear her. Like she's never paid for a venue. Like she just collaborates with people and like charges for the tickets and like splits the ticket profits with someone. And I'm like, that's cool. I don't even need any of the ticket profits. Like we can charge $15 and you can split that with the owner or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm just, you know, want them to use the oil. So we're going to use the feelings kit with her chakra tuned bowls in these sound healing classes. And then we're going to do yoga classes too, based on like a certain intention, and I'm going to pick the oil to kind of match that emotion or that intention, and we're going to talk about that. So I'm really excited about that. So we don't have to pay for a venue. Like she like, I don't even know if she's ever had an account. She doesn't know if she's ever had an account. She like was friends with someone a while back who used to order oils for her on their own account. And so she has some oils, and then recently her friend said she wasn't doing that anymore, and so she actually signed up with doTERRA, but had a horrible experience. And so she has all these different kind of oils, but like she doesn't have a Young Living account. Like she might have one from years ago, but it's inactive. And so my goal is to reactivate her. And so I was like, you know, like if we do these classes together and, you know, we're telling people about the oils and we're using the feelings kit or whatever we're doing, if they want to come to an intro class or they end up wanting to enroll that night, whatever, like I want to make sure that you get credit for that, because you could earn like $50 every time. She's like, yeah, I'm totally up for that. So haven't seen her reactivate yet, but I know she's not going anywhere because she's teaching me and my daughter yoga at our house every week. Every week she uses different oils and she loves them. She like loved Australian blue. She loved, what did we use last week? Can't remember what was the one we used last week, but anyway, she's like loving all of them. Inner Child. She like loves Harmony. I think that was the one we used, Harmony. And I had her take home a feelings kit and kind of go through it, and she loved that. So It's all good, but it's going to be fun doing those events with her, and we're going to start in July because I don't even like there's no time between now and July for me, but we're going to start doing them, and hopefully we can do them. I mean, I'm hoping we can do more than twice a month. She's up for that, but I just need to work it into my crazy schedule with all the travel we do. So I'm excited about that. So that's what's working for me and kind of feeding my soul. I'm growing that new team, and really I want to amp up my enrollments. As you guys know, I used to do 30 or more a month, and for the past few years it's been more like 2 to 5, maybe more than that sometimes, with a lot of reactivations. So my mother-in-law's leg right now has more than gold volume, like really a massive amount of volume, and then we just have like these 2 tiny other legs that need to be worked on. So I'm working very closely with them to find some growth in those legs so that they can take advantage of the OGV that they have. And also just working on growing my local, that they're not local to me. So all of the local stuff I do can't go under there, I want to keep all of them together. So, so it's fun, when you get to this, it doesn't matter what size you are, there's always trade-offs and handoffs and figuring all that out. But there's always opportunities to grow in different ways. And I want their organization to be at a gold paycheck by the end of this year. And so we're all working very hard to make that happen. So that's where I'm at. And that's where my energy is. All right, we are at time. Thank you so much today. And I will post the recording to the playlist, and you can listen to any and all of them that you want. And any silver and above is welcome to join this call from your team at any time. But remember, it's for you, not them. All right, thanks guys. Bye.